Everyone says Chinese is the hardest language in the world, and after teaching it for over 10 years, I'd say they're right. But here's the thing, it's not hard where you think it is. And the thing that actually makes Chinese difficult is not tones, it's not characters. It's something that most people don't even know to worry about. Today I'm going to give you an honest difficulty map of Chinese. What's actually hard, what's easier than you think, and why 2026 might be the best time in history to start learning. Let's get into it. Let's start with the thing everyone's scared of, tones. Yes, Chinese has tones, full of them, plus a neutral one. And yes, if you get the tone wrong, the meaning changes. Ma, 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 ma. Mother, hemp, horse, scold. You've probably seen this example 100 times. But here's what most people get wrong. They think tones are about hitting 4 fixed pitches, like 4 separate buttons you have to press perfectly every time. That's not how tones work in real life. In real speech, tones flow. They change depending on what comes before and after. It's a melody. Listen to this sentence. 你好吗? Did you hear that? The ni is supposed to be the third tone, low, dipping, and then upward. But in natural speech, before another third tone, it actually goes up directly. Nobody tells you that in lesson 1, but every Chinese person does it automatically. So tones are not about memorizing 4 fixed pitches. They are about learning to hear, to feel the rhythm of Chinese. And that, with the right approach, is very doable. Okay, characters, the other big fear. I get it. You look at a page of Chinese and it looks like a wall. No spaces, no alphabet, just thousands of unique symbols. Scary. But characters are not random. They are a system. Once you see the system, it starts to click. Let me show you. Look at these 3 characters. Ma, ma, ma. They all share this component on the right. Ma. That's a sound clue. They all sound like ma. On the left side, that tells you the meaning. 女 means woman, so ma is mother. 口 means mouth, so ma is a question particle, something you say. Ma has 2 mouths on top. That's to scold. 2 mouths shouting at you. See? No random at all. Characters are a system. Roughly 80% of Chinese characters work this way. A sound clue plus a meaning clue. Once you learn maybe 200 basic components, you can start decoding new characters on your own. Is it easy? No, but it's absolutely learnable. And honestly, it's one of the most rewarding parts of the whole journey. Now here's where I actually have some good news. Chinese grammar is simpler than English or many other languages in a lot of ways. No verb conjugations, 是 says 是, no matter who says it or when. No singular or plural, 书 is always 书, just add a number. No gendered nouns, no complicated tense system. If you're coming from English or especially from a European language, there's a whole category of headaches that simply doesn't exist in Chinese. That's good news. Now, let me tell you the part that nobody talks about. Here's what years of teaching has shown me. The students who struggle the most, they are usually not stuck on tones or characters. They go past those. What gets them, what really gets them, is something much harder to see. In English, you can be pretty direct. No, thank you. I disagree. Totally fine. In Chinese, what you say matters, but how you say it socially matters even more. Let me give you 2 examples. First one, your Chinese friend looks at your nose and says, 啊，你的字写得真漂亮. Wow, your handwriting is so beautiful. Now in English, you'd just say, oh, thank you. Totally normal. But in Chinese, if you just say 谢谢 and leave it there, it can feel a little bit off. Like you just accepted that, no pushback. In Chinese culture, the natural instinct is to soften it and to deflect a little. But here's the trap. Some students learn the textbook response. 哪里哪里不好不好. No, it's not good. Now it sounds like they are performing modesty. And the natural response, 哦，是吗？我还在练呢。Really, I'm still practicing. It accepts the compliments, but gently. That balance between accepting and deflecting, that's the kind of thing no textbook can teach you. You have to feel it. Okay, second example. This one is even trickier. You invite a Chinese friend to hang out. They say, 啊，我今天有事，今天不行，改天吧。 改天 in Chinese literally means change to another day. So you do the logical thing. You ask, okay, which day works for you? And now it's awkward. Because 改天 doesn't actually mean let's reschedule. It's a polite way of saying probably not. It's soft. It leaves the door open without committing to anything. A Chinese person would understand this instantly. But if you take it literally, you've just put your friend in an uncomfortable spot. This is what I call the invisible layer of Chinese. Your grammar is perfect, your tones are fine, but the social meaning completely off. And no textbook teaches you this. It's not a grammar rule, it's a cultural instinct. This is what makes Chinese genuinely hard. Not sounds, the social radar. Here's another one that surprises people. Chinese is one of the most information-dense languages in the world. And I don't just mean long sentences, I mean 4 characters can carry an entire attitude, an entire philosophy, and if you don't know the culture behind them, you will completely miss it. Let me show you what I mean. 来都来了, 4 characters, literally. Already came, That's it. That is the whole sentence. And this phrase is everywhere in Chinese life, and it means so much more than those 4 words suggest. Imagine you travel 3 hours to visit a famous temple. You get there, it's crowded, it's overpriced, and honestly, kind of disappointing. And your friend looks at you and says, 来都来了. What they are actually saying, well, we're already here, no point complaining. Let's just make the best of it. Or maybe you don't want to go to a dinner party and you showed up anyway. You are standing at the door and thinking about leaving, and your friend says, 来都来了. You're already here, just stay. 4 characters packed inside them is a whole Chinese way of dealing with life. Accept what's already happened. Don't waste energy fighting, moving forward. And you can't get it from a textbook. Okay, here's another one, even better. 你行你上. 4 characters again. Literally, you can, you go up. Which makes almost no sense in English. Every Chinese person knows exactly what this means. It's what you say when someone is criticizing you and you want to fire back. Oh yeah, if you're so good, why don't you do it? It's confrontational but not directly rude. It's not a curse word, it's not an insult, it's a challenge. And it does all of that in 4 syllables. This is actually a phrase that blew up on the Chinese internet, and it shows you something important about Chinese. The language has its incredible ability to compress emotion, logic, and attitude into tiny packages. And if you only understand the literal meaning, you are missing basically everything. This is what makes Chinese listening so hard for learners. It's not just about speed, it's about density, cultural density. And this is the part that takes real time to develop. There's one more layer, the deepest one. Chinese doesn't have different words, it has different ways of thinking. A simple example, in English you say I think to express your opinion, simple and direct. But in Chinese, people often say 我觉得, which literally means I feel, not I think, I feel. That is not just a vocabulary difference, it reflects cultural perspective for softer, less absolute ways of expressing your opinions. Or take the word 缘分. In English, there's no accurate translation. It means something like a destined connection. And honestly, this is also what makes Chinese beautiful. But you need to know it's there. So Chinese is hard. I just told you 3 real reasons why. But here's the thing, it's 2026 and the game has changed. Because a lot of Chinese barriers, AI is quietly removing them. First, speaking practice with 0 pressure. You used to need a language partner or tutor. Let's be honest, you'd hold back, worried about sounding stupid. And now ChatGPT voice mode, 豆包, Kimi, they are like the world's most patient conversation partner. You can stumble through 我想去那个银行附近怎么走. AI won't laugh. It will understand you and show you the natural way of saying it. 请问附近的银行怎么走? And that fear of opening your mouth, almost gone. Second, tone correction, word by word. In a classroom, 1 teacher, 20 students, there's no way to correct everyone's tones. But AI can in real time. For example, you are practicing order dumplings, 水饺, but your tone slip and it sounds like 睡觉, go to sleep. AI can catch that instantly and shows you which tone went wrong and lets you try it again. No awkwardness, no judgment. Third, this one connects directly to what I said earlier about the invisible layer. For example, you write your teacher an email. 老师，我生病了，明天我不来上课。Grammatically fine, but kind of blunt and also kind of rude. And AI suggests, 老师您好，我今天有点不舒服，明天想跟您请一天假，谢谢您。And it explains why. 您好 for politeness, 请假 instead of 不上课，谢谢您 to soften the whole meaning. It's not just fixing grammar, it's teaching you how to sound like a real person. Remember 改天, remember 来都来了. Sim territory, the social layer, and now you have an AI coach to help you to navigate. So the hard parts that I talked about today, the social instincts, the cultural density, they are still hard. AI cannot learn that for you. But it clears the path. It handles the drills, the lookups, the corrections. Now you can focus on the parts that actually makes Chinese worth learning. If you've been thinking about starting or you started and quit, 2026 might be the best time in history to try again. This is Effortless Chinese, and this channel is where I share the things that I've always wanted to tell more students who are learning Chinese or considering it. And next video, I'm going to break down the biggest myth about Chinese tones and show you how they actually work in real speech. And trust me, it's going to change how you hear and learn Chinese. I will see you there. 下次见。